Impress her friends. That's what we've come to. You got to make sure her friends are impressed. Not only your lady, but her friends got to be like mad about what you got her. What did he get you for Valentine's Day? Do it. 12 romantic rainbow roses and a free glass vase from my friends at Pro Flowers for just $19.99. What? Yeah, $19.99. And for my listeners, double the roses for $10. Let me tell you something. 24 roses. 24 roses for $29? Are you kidding me? That never happens. In a store, that's like $75. Seriously. Enter my code MOHR when you order. That's what you got to do. Pro Flowers, that's all you got to do. Call Pro Flowers. I'm walking you through this. Call Pro Flowers, 800 Pro Flowers. Mention Mohr, MOHR. Or you can even go to proflowers.com. Click on the microphone in the top right-hand corner and type in Mohr, MOHR. That's proflowers.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand side and type in Mohr, MOHR. Order today. Guaranteed. Check this out. Guaranteed Valentine's Day delivery. You are going to be a hero. That's what we're here for. The wow factor. You know how important it is to impress your lady's friends? Did you even think about that? You got to get her a gift. You can't just get her a card. You got to get her a gift. You got to get her a gift that make her friends go, damn, he's fine, girl. Where did you get these giant strawberries dipped in chocolate? Shari's Berries. I'm telling you guys, they're incredible. Giant freshly dipped strawberries from Shari's Berries, starting at $19.99. That is over 40% savings. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, and type in Mohr. Berries, Berries. And for my listeners, check this out. They put their name on it. Double the berries for just $10 more. Come on. White chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolatey goodness, topped with chocolate chips, decorative swizzle, or nuts, 40% off. From my friends at Shari's Berries. All you got to do is type in the code Mohr, MOHR, when you order. Here's the deal. That's the only way to get this incredible, amazing Valentine's Day delicious deal. Call 866-FRUIT-02, or even better, visit berries.com. Berries, berries.com. Click on the microphone in the top right corner and type in Mohr, MOHR. You are going to be the hit in your home, and her friends are going to be jealous, and it's going to be funny. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, type in Mohr, MOHR. Don't forget about Valentine's Day. This is the easiest holiday in the world to hit out of the park, and you can do it at Shari's Berry. This offer ends soon, so order today. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, type in Mohr, MOHR. I put my name on it. These things are delicious.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts.
If you want a battle, it's either that you will or you won't.
You know, you're not a bad-looking man, Mr. Gals.
But you are, Blanche. You are in that chair.
There's something wrong with us. Something very, very wrong with us.
First of all, this is a great podcast for me because it's one where you don't need Kurt Sutter to promote Sons of Anarchy. Like, you guys are up and running, so just the fact that you're willing to sit and do it speaks volumes to that you're just game. You're game to do it and you're fun. Like, you don't need to promote this show at all. A lot of people come and they want to promote like a club date.
Right.
Like my degenerate pothead comic friends. And you actually have like a #1 show in the world.
Yeah,
so thank you.
Thank you. No, I have no club dates, no agenda other than
yet.
I like to hear myself talk. Other than that, I have no agenda.
Well, you're good at it, and I mean, your house, by the way, we'll briefly touch on this. Is one of the most extraordinary? I feel like Bill Nighy should be listening to Coltrane in a Robert Altman movie, contemplating, the woes of the world. This is an astounding home.
It's nice. It's a built in 1962 by a protege. Actually, we can't say protege of Wright. It was one of his minions that actually drew all the drawings that he whipped on a daily basis. And dude was an architect and built his own house, obviously with those influences, but built it just like a fucking bridge. You know.
So Wright had a whole bunch of guys. He was like Andy Warhol. He had people silk screening for him.
Well, you know, he literally, you know, just had, you know, what I've been told is he just has, you know, hundreds of guys that actually, you know, did the drawings for him, and you know that sort of executed everything, and
that's when you're living.
Yeah, that's, you know,
if you could just sit here and have other people do and run Sons of Anarchy for you.
Yeah, I've been trying to do that, and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it really seems to go off the rails once the original showrunners tend to tap out. Here's what I want to know. First of all, it's the perfect pilot of any show I've ever seen. I didn't have any questions. No stone was left unturned. Nothing was overt. Nobody did any mustache twisting. But Katie in particular, when she made her turn, like going all the way back to the pilot, like she scared the shit out of me.
Right.
She did it. It's almost like that lady Jackie in Animal Kingdom, that Australian actress.
Oh, yeah.
When she made her little turn in that movie. And you went, oh, my God.
Right, what did she do? Right.
Yeah, it was great. But what I love, I went all the way back because I've been a fan of the show so long. Like, the show starts with blackbirds pecking at roadkill. And I thought, if that's not indicative of this entire genre, this whole thing, this awesomeness, this world you've created, it's just incredible.
Thank you.
I'm washing your balls a lot. It's not every day you sit around. See, I'm a sitcom guy, and I come from the world where showrunners are just absolute fucking balloon heads. And they go like, if we get a dog, we'll go up a half a ratings point. And we did good. And you're like, really? Because I went on TV. I saw on the internet we were in 5th place. He goes, not demos, man. I'm like, oh, what demo was that? Yeah. I didn't watch it. Demo? What was your biggest pushback from FX when you brought the show to them?
You know, I had a relationship obviously with them from the Shield, you know, and I hate change, you know. So I was on the Shield for 7 years, and you know, from the time I was a staff writer till I was, you know, an executive producer, and so I had a good relationship with them. I liked John Landgraf a lot. I thought I dealt with and pitched the show to some other places and talked to a lot of other executives who, quite frankly, were just not as smart as he was, or at least was not in tune to the process of creatives. I think John's awareness is one of his biggest assets, is that he understands the process of creatives. So we pitched it to him, and he bought it in the room, and you know, we obviously it goes through a lot of incarnations early on, but the core of the show was always there. I think in the original pitch, there was this notion that perhaps Clay. I think we were talking about killing Clay early on because we wanted to go out and try to get a big star to do the role, and thought, well, maybe we can get somebody for one season, you know.
Yeah. That's what they do, like on Dexter. There's always like Jimmy Smits comes in for
right
6 episodes. They kill him, then they bring in the next big. John Lithgow comes in.
Yeah. So we were thinking, well, maybe that's what we do, and then as we explored it, and really, what ultimately we realized, and in that, you know, in my goofy Hamlet archetype, was that trilogy of you know, of stepfather and mother and son really became sort of the core of the show. So we sort of let go of some of those original ideas, as you should. I mean, I think the great thing about what I'm able to...
Well, you said you don't like change. So how hard is it for you to let go of those ideas, especially when a suit's giving you the idea to let go of it?
Right. You know, here's the deal. I think if somebody said to me, you have to do this, then I become who I am, which is, fuck you, I don't care how bad it is, we're going to do it my way. But I think what the process was, okay, let's see where it goes. And I think as it developed, it sort of became aware to everybody that that's where it was going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
but for the listener, when they buy it in the room,
right?
Are you handing in scripts? Do they see like an arc? Are you up to like script 8 and they realize this is incredible and it's not fading, it's strong all the way through? Or are you actually in production before they realize we don't want to bother this? This is a really good thing we have.
Right. No, the process is usually like to take a step back, the way this all began was I was approached by Art Linson and John Linson, who are movie guys, and they were trying to get a feature up in the world of motorcycle clubs, and it was sort of a weird time to sell that project, and then they thought, well, maybe there's something in the TV world, and Art's best friend, one of his best friends, was Mamet, right? And he went to Mamet, and Mamet was doing the unit with Sean Ryan. So Sean was the one that said, hey, you should talk to Kurt Sutter. That's sort of in his wheelhouse. He might be able to help you. Right. So then I had lunch with Art and John, and they said, look, we think there's something to be, we think there's a potential drama in the world of motorcycle clubs. They didn't really have, there were no life rights. There was no idea. They just had this sense that what if we did like a West Coast version of The Sopranos, right? So, I mean, the good thing was that there was nobody saying, this is the story you have to do. The bad thing was that there was nobody saying, this is the story you have to do. So I kind of had to go back, and it was really in the research of motorcycle clubs in general, like in the 40s, when all these guys were sort of coming back from the war. They were war heroes. They were adrenaline junkies. They were having trouble sort of moving into the Eisenhower era of picket fences, a chicken in every pot, the sort of restrictive social formalities that were being put on really everybody. So that's when they began these clubs where they would just get together, put on, ride out and get drunk and basically kick the shit. And what I realized is in a very short period of time, like 10, 15 years, they went from these dudes who were just riding around on motorcycles having fun to really what the federal government, qualifies as an organized crime syndicate, right? So my thought was, initially, was that first dude that got on a motorcycle and said, let's go have some fucking fun. Like, what does he think about what they ultimately became? Like, that wasn't
guns and
that was
meth
and then that was the idea for me. Well, that's an interesting character. So that idea, that guy basically became John Teller, and that became the genesis of the show, like that guy. And then I basically just ripped off Hamlet and created that paradigm in terms of the stepson and the mother and then that journal he finds in the pilot.
But your protagonist, I mean, Jackson's dad, to have the voice of reason come from someone posthumously is so, that's not something that anybody's really seen on TV. Right. And the reason that your show is such an anomaly, and I don't think the listeners realize this, it's impossible for a network not to fuck something up. Yeah. And in your case, I mean, years later, it's still as good as it was in the beginning. So, and also, you must be more talented. And I know it really seems like I'm washing your balls, but it's deserved, and I'll wash them well. But like thematically, and like The Shield and Sons of Anarchy it's like the North and South Pole. Like you got Chickless, and it's like, I'm this tough, I'm the guy. It's that one I get, and I understand it. But like Sons of Anarchy is this standalone thing. It's a world. The best example you said was a West Coast Sopranos. Like it made me excited hearing it now, and it made me want to go write it. Like, oh wait, I'm talking to the guy that did it. Right. Like it's such an exciting thing. I don't think California really gets enough run. Right. I've always been obsessed with it. Like me and your guy and I were talking about, music and like jazz in the 50s. I'm like, how nobody ever made like a Chet Baker movie? Like who didn't want to California in the 50s? Right. And when you brought up the motorcycle gangs after the world on the West Coast, it's bananas. So anyway, I digress. Are you Mametian when you write? Do you need the actors to say it to the word? Is there a reason you write it this way and just I don't want you coming in here with ideas and this would be funny if I did this? Or are you a guy that gives them sort of a structure, and then if Perlman and these guys and Katie, and if they want to color outside the lines, as long as you get what you want, are you okay with it?
I think a little of both, quite honestly. I'm very my writers and I put a lot of time and energy. You know, I usually do page one rewrites of all these scripts, and you know, I give a shit. I spend a lot of time making sure.
Hero, that's what we're here for. The wow factor. You know how important it is to impress your lady's friends? Did you even think about that? You got to get her a gift. You can't just get her a card. You got to get her a gift. You got to get her a gift that make her friends go, damn, he's fine, girl. Where did you get these giant strawberries dipped in chocolate? Sherry's Berries. I'm telling you guys, they're incredible. Giant freshly dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries, starting at $19.99. That is over 40% savings. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, and type in more. Bear on the microphone in the top right corner and type in more, M-O-H-R. You are going to be the hit in your home, and her friends are going to be jealous, and it's going to be funny. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, type in more, M-O-H-R. Don't forget about Valentine's Day. This is the easiest holiday in the world to hit out of the park, and you can do it at Sherry's Berry. This offer ends soon, so order today. Go to berries.com, click on the microphone, type in more, M-O-H-R. I put my name on it. These things are delicious.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Berries, And for my listeners, check this out. They put their name on it. Double the berries for just $10 more. Come on. White chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolatey goodness, topped with chocolate chips, decorative swizzle, or nuts. 40% off from my friends at Sherry's Berries. All you got to do is type in the code MORE, M-O-H-R, when you order. Here's the deal. That's the only way to get this incredible, amazing Valentine's Day delicious deal. Call 866-FRUIT-02, or even better, visit berries.com. Berries, berries.com. Click on code MOHR when you order. That's what you got to do. Pro Flowers, that's all you got to do. Call Pro Flowers. I'm walking you through this. Call Pro Flowers, 800 Pro Flowers. Mention more, M-O-H-R. Or you can even go to proflowers.com. Click on the microphone in the top right-hand corner and type in more, M-O-H-R. That's proflowers.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand side and type in more, M-O-H-R. Order today. Guaranteed. Check this out. Guaranteed Valentine's Day delivery. You are going to be a hero. Impress her friends. That's what we've come to. You got to make sure her friends are impressed. Not only your lady, but her friends got to be like mad about what you got her. What did he get you for Valentine's Day? Do it. 1 dozen romantic rainbow roses and a free glass vase from my friends at Pro Flowers for just $19.99. What? Yeah, $19.99. And from my listeners, double the roses for $10. Let me tell you something. 24 roses. 24 roses for $29? Are you kidding me? That never happens. In a store, that's like $75. Seriously. Enter my code.